Test 1. Test 2. Test 3.
This is my first year teaching as a full-time licensor. Test 4.
Hello, my name is Ben McDonald. In this video, I'm going to be ranking the 10 dispositions of teaching from 1 to 10. 1 being the disposition that I am least confident with, 10 being the disposition that I am most confident with. I feel I need to work on compassion the most because there's a lot to improve, and it's the most important part about teaching. I try my best. Every day I greet my students with a handshake at the door. I speak with them outside of school. I take interest in everything that they're interested in. However, there are issues. Sometimes I find that there are students that just don't like to work, and I feel that I am sometimes too quick to let them get away with not doing enough work. I need to focus more on allowing these students to succeed, focusing on them, despite if they don't want my intervention or not. Next, I need to focus on providing consistent high expectations for all of my students. I feel that I do well. I have realistic goals for my students. I provide opportunities for them to show their strengths rather than their weaknesses. I even give them opportunities to do oral assignments rather than written assignments. However, again, I have these low performers who just come into school, aren't doing anything, and I'm trying to hold them to these high standards, and I need to find a way to make sure that they can rise to the occasion. And that's something I need to work on as a teacher to improve for them. Next, I need to improve my advocacy for the students. I make a point, I go to the sporting events, I go to the concerts, I listen to students when they have issues that they bring to me. I make a point of trying to implement those ideas and provide alternate things to help the students succeed. However, I feel that sometimes I do not express the need for me to help them out. That's something I can really focus on improving, and I hope to in the future. Now, I need to focus on improving my reflection, my ability to evaluate myself. I feel that I do well in that I invite admin to come observe me. I take ideas from other teachers, and I'm always looking to implement feedback that is given to me. However, I often find myself feeling that I'm not knowledgeable enough to evaluate myself, though I try, and that I don't observe other teachers as much as I should. Respect for the diversity of others is something that I feel confident in, though I can improve on. I feel that I greatly appreciate the diversity of others. I encourage students to share their experiences with the class. I stand up to any inappropriate comments or behaviors that I find in my classroom, and I emphasize the importance of new perspective. However, I feel that I still need to improve upon certain aspects. When there are small comments that are not serious, I feel unconfident with what's the scale of response. Do I need to send them out of class? What was exactly being said? Did I hear the whole conversation? It gets difficult for me because that sometimes gets into the gray area, something I need to figure out through my own experiences. I feel that I have good dedication to teaching. I am always to class on time. I encourage class participation. I keep a positive and level attitude at all times in my classroom. I go to all the professional development meetings, and I'm even on the tech committee for our school. I feel, though, that something I fall behind on and need to improve on is grading. I was doing well, keeping on top of it, handing work back on time to all my students. Then I began grad school, and my time commitments changed up. And unfortunately, I've fallen behind in grad and grading my work, and that's something that I need to improve upon to become the best teacher that I can. I feel very confident in my ability to be fair to students. I greet students in the halls. I speak with them after school or at lunch to try and find solutions to help them out. I encourage students to self-advocate for themselves, even if it means that I might be wrong. I try my best to make as many reasonable concessions as I can, while, still being fair. Now, I feel that, though this is one of my strong suits, I may not be fair all the time. I acknowledge that there are some students that I like more than others. And while I try my best to minimize any of that bias, I can't be 100% confident that I can't slip out. I think as I go forward, I just need to be aware that I do have bias and try and correct for it. And over time, I believe that I will become a better teacher for it, a better, more fair teacher for it. I feel that professional conduct is a strength of mine. I always make point that I dress nice to school, I wear a tie, I'm always on time. I've never left a sub without any sort of sub plans. I have spearheaded our team awards, giving out class awards to different people on the 8th grade team. I genuinely do believe that all students can learn if they just believed in themselves. I make a minimum of 15 phone calls a week. I try my best to make sure at least 5 of them are positive phone calls. I want students to know how important they are. If there is something that I need to improve, and there is, I need to clean up my room. Oftentimes, my room just turns into a mess, something that I'm aware of and that I need to work on to increase. I can do it for a week or so, but then it just falls apart. So that's something I need to focus on. I feel that my greatest strength as a teacher is my honesty. I always make a point to tell my students the truth. I speak bluntly about my struggles with school, with ADHD, with life in general. Students can ask me anything. They'll ask why are they not allowed to swear in class. And I will be honest with them. I will tell them when I was an engineer, I swore with my clients. I swore with my coworkers. I swore with my bosses. I tell them that they're not allowed to swear in my class because if I did, admin would fire me. That's the entire truth, and I hope that it's something that they can appreciate. And I found that it's effective. If there's one thing to improve on is, I'm not always 100% confident. I will tell all the students that if they turn work in late, it's going to be a 20% deduction. And oftentimes, if a student turns work in late, I'm not going to take that point off. I just tell that to them because I want them to hand it in. It's not entirely honest, and I'm not sure if that's something I should or shouldn't change. But overall, I feel that I'm honest with students, tell them my perspective, and tell them how they can, improve. Thank you for watching this video. Today, I talked about the 10 dispositions of teaching, what I can improve upon in each one of them, what are some of my strengths in each one of them. So long as I'm aware of it, I can continue to focus on my strengths and correct my weaknesses. I hope to become a better teacher in the future, and I thank you for this course. Have a great day. Goodbye.